Makeup tutorial. Hi guys, this is my updated makeup tutorial. So first I use any toner and the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. For primer I use the NYX Face Glue. This is the palette I'll be using for the most part, and I use the darkest shade for my brows. First I smooth out my brows to make sure there's no loose hairs, and then I just go in a straight line with the eyeshadow. Here are both my brows done, and then I use the Conceal and Perfect by Milani in the shade OOA and cover up my brows. Next, I blend out using the Real Techniques Beauty Blender, and then for the middle of my brows, I kind of like blend them out so they're not as like harsh and brick looking. With the remainder of the concealer, I kind of like build up my coverage because my foundation isn't full coverage. Here it is blended out, and then I use the Clio Cushion Foundation in 23 Ginger and put that all over my face. Here it is all blended out. Next I use setting spray. I usually use the Milani 24 Hour. I use the Anastasia contour stick in the shade Fawn, and this is my map out for my contour. Next I use this e.l.f. cream contour palette, and I only use the light shade for the highlights of my nose. Right here, I'm just blending it out so it's not so harsh. Then I use the Huda Beauty in the shade Cherry Blossom Cake, and I make sure I blend out the creases of my eye and then put the powder on. After that, I put the excess on my nose so there's not so much powder on my nose. Sorry, I kind of look stupid here, but basically I smile, then put powder, then I have a straight face and then put powder so that my smile lines are hidden, and then I do the same for my chin because my lips kind of pout out. Then I put powder on my eyebrows so they stay throughout the day. Then these are my two blushes, and I use a super cute Care Bear brush, and I start in the outer corner of my eye and then move towards the center. And then I put it on my cheeks and then the bottom of my chin. For contour, I use the Para, and this is the map out of my contour. Next, the palette I use often is a Sephora Precious Gemstone. This is like my holy grail. Like, if you had to get one thing from this video, this and the Huda Beauty powder. But right here, I'm underlining under my waterline. Next, I'm just filling in the corners of my eyes with a dark brown. It doesn't have to be this brown, just a dark brown. Next, for my egg cell, I use this corally color and then the dark brown from this palette, just a little bit. And I start from the bottom, kind of middle, and then spread the powder out throughout my eye. Then I use like a baby pink color and highlight the egg yolk cell. Next, I use this like white color and kind of just like put it on the inner corners of my eyes, but like more, I don't know. Next, I use this brown shade and kind of outline like the outer of it so it's kind of more defined, and also gives me a little bit more contour. For like eyeshadow, I use just like a dark brown and put it like in the outer corner of my eye. But you can use whatever color, but for me I use dark brown. For eyeliner, I use the Beauty Creations X Toki Doki and just kind of really outline my eye for the eyeliner. Pretty easy. Next, before I open my eye, I make sure it dries so it doesn't like go up past my eyelid, but if you don't have like hooded eyes, it doesn't really matter. But on the bottom, I just kind of connect the wing to the outer corner of my eye, and this is the eyeliner done. And then right here, I'm just doing the beauty marks that I have naturally. Next, I just use a dark brown eyeshadow and extend like the corners of my mouth upwards. Next, I use the same like white color to make the highlights of my nose. Then from that same palette, I use the darkest shade from it to like shade the bottom of my nose for my contour. And then I use the lighter shade for the top of my nose. Next, I use this Toki Doki blush duo, and I use the highlighter to highlight my nose. For another highlighter, I use Pearls Gone Wild by Kimchi Cheek. For lashes, I use the Ivo ones, I think, and then the Kiss Glue, and I use the Mega Lashes and also the Cat Eye Lashes. I lost my other lip liner, but I either use a mauve shade or like a brownie shade and go over my Cupid's bow. Then I use a lighter brown color to go over my whole top lip. And also for my lips, I use the Fui Pot in the shade Without, and then the NYX lip liner in the shade Espresso. Next, for glitter, I use this random glitter from Five Below, and then I use this random mascara I have. I think it's from Shein. And then I put any clear gloss and baby pink gloss on. And then you're done.
Promise me it's in my mind. alternative LARP makeup tutorial for black girls. Don't forget to moisturize and prime your face. I start off with filling in my eyebrows. I like to fill in the bottom because I like them a little bit thicker. Then I go in with a lighter and darker concealer and I just carve my brows. After you do this, spray with setting spray and blend them out. Now we're doing contour. This is my placement. Spray with setting spray and blend. Now we're doing concealer. This is my placement, set, and blend. When blending concealer under your eyes, please blend upwards, not downwards, so your face looks more snatched. Now I go in with a lighter concealer to prep and brighten my eyes. And after, I go in with this liquid lipstick for blush. I don't like to use a lot of blush, so just set and blend upwards. So for setting powder, I mix baby powder and this loose powder. And this is my placement, and I kind of rub the setting powder into my skin with the powder puff. I use this palette for powder contour, and I go in with the shade Chalky and the tiny brush. This is how I do my nose contour. I don't even know how to explain it, so just watch, please. I do have seborrheic dermatitis, so if you see any peeling, that's why. Take a very light shade of eyeshadow and use that on the tip of your nose and down the middle. Now you're going to want to go in with that same shade and set your contour. I use a little bit of setting powder to brighten. Now I don't know how to explain this, but this is how I do my eyeshadow. Now for eyeliner, you're going to want to curve up from where the top of your eye meets the bottom of your eye. And you're going to want to make a line at the crease of your eye, and you're going to want to fill in to make whatever shape you want. Now just copy what I'm doing. This is how I do my inner corner. Clean up any mess you make with concealer and add 2 little lashes. Lash glue, wait for it to get tacky to your lips. I start off with some lip gloss and then I line my lips with eyeliner. And I don't do anything else, that's it, and then I blend that out. You're gonna want to go in with some highlighter. Now you can do little designs, you can add whatever you want to your makeup, and that's basically it. Thank you for watching.
Not even they can stop me now. Would I be flying overhead? The heavy words can't bring me down. Would I been raised from the dead? Don't even notice how hard life was. I don't even think about it now because I finally found. American dreams came true somehow. I swore I'd chase them till I was dead. I heard the streets were paved with gold. That's what my father said.
makeup tutorial on this look.
I always start off with the sunscreen. I don't use primer at all. I use these two, foundation and concealer, and I just kind of use my hand as a palette and just blend it in, lighter parts where I need it to be lighter. Then once that's done, I powder my whole face, but mostly my T-zone, like my eyelids, where I'd be sweating and stuff. I contoured off screen just because it's pretty basic. And then I contour a little bit under my eyes. Then with a brown eyeshadow, I always like mark where my brows are gonna be first, and then put this like $3 eyeliner, fix it if I need to, concealer. Also, there's gonna be part 2 because this is way too fast. Oh my god. And I'm running out of time. And then I curl my eyelashes, and I use these two mascaras, but right now all I got is Elf. Part 2
makeup tutorial for this look, yay.
So I start with eyebrows, and I use this NYX brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. I don't do anything too special, I just follow my natural brow. I shave them down still, so just kind of make like a straight line. You kind of just follow your natural brow bone. I got a little bit of an arch, so I started drawing that in. Okay, then I just take this spoolie and then blend out the front part. Okay, the next step is tinted sunscreen. It's La Roche-Posay tinted. Bro. Now I'm going to carve out my brows, so I'm using this NYX concealer. I don't like that much. And then yeah, kind of just fix up any mistakes. And then I do this to make them like thinner. Sorry if you can hear my music. I was really afraid in the last clip, I'm sorry. But I just like blend it out. I kept getting comments on my last makeup tutorial to cut my hair back. And no, you guys do not need to see a forehead reveal. Anyways, I use the Fit Me concealer. I think this is like the lighter shade. And then this is my placement. It's really white. I make sure to get a lot of concealer on my eyelid, like right here, because it makes your eye makeup look like way smoother and just like neater. I don't know. It makes your nose bridge look a little like flatter and smaller. So. Okay, now that I'm looking flat as hell, I use this contour. I kind of just do like that, and then my face is very uneven, so this side of my jaw is way bigger than my other side. So I add contour on this part of my jaw, but then on my other side, just to make it like look even. So now it's time for cream blush. I use 2 different blushes. This is the Revlon stick blush in the shade Candy Kiss. And I add that like higher up on my cheekbone, like that. NYX Sweet Cheeks. This is the shade Baby Doll. And this one's a little darker. And I add it right here, like right below the outside of my eye. And I blend it like horizontally. I forgot this part, but I like to add some blush on my chin, and my nose. And then if I have my bangs back, I usually put some like on the outside of my eyebrow. I learned this from like Doyen makeup. It makes it like look more cohesive. So I started doing it. Now I powder my under eyes. I use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder. And I just do my under eyes right now because I still need to do cream nose contour. I'm doing my nose contour. This is the e.l.f. cream contour palette. I've used it a lot, so it looks very messy. I draw like these lines coming like from my nostrils and like to the tip of my nose. And then I do like a line right here on my bridge. Going up. I don't like to make the lines on my sides too dark because it always just ends up making your nose look bigger. So I mainly just focus on the tip. Now I'm gonna powder the rest of my face. I like using the e.l.f. Powder foundation, and I like to put it like right on the sides of my nose to carve out the nose contour a little bit on the tip, like that. And then you can kind of just powder the rest of your face. This stuff is like really high coverage, so it's okay if you don't put too much. So I just use a fluffy brush to like wipe off the excess powder. With my Scott Barnes contour palette, and I'm using the lightest shade. And I'm kind of just going over all the places I put it with the cream contour with like a fluffy brush. I'm going to take my Tarte eyeshadow palette. It's also really old. And I take this really dark shade of eyeshadow on the tip of my nose. Okay, now I'm going to use the cream contour palette again, and then get this like light shade right here, and then just carve it out again. So now we're starting on eye makeup. I'm using this palette. I got it in China, so I have no idea what the brand is. But I'm going to take like this grayish color and focus it on like the outside of my lid. Kind of making like a circle kind of shape. And then I'm going to use this palette that I stole from my mom. And it's like, I'm going to use this gray shade and then do my egg yolk. I don't really know how to explain how to do this part. It's just like following your natural eye shape. If like an egg yolk doesn't suit your eye shape, that's okay. You don't have to do this. So for eyeliner, I use like a pencil liner first and just do my waterline. And then you can start like going out and tracing where you want to do your eyeliner. My eyeliner like changes pretty much like every time I do my makeup, so I don't really have a routine for this. But that's kind of the shape I go for. And then make sure it like blends to the bottom so it looks more like it suits your face more. Okay, so this is like kind of the shape that I did, and then I'm going to use the e.l.f. liquid liner and clean up the edges a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to focus so I look stupid, but it's also like, I can never get it even, so don't even worry about it. Okay, now I'm going to use a white liner, and then put it like right here in the inner corner. Not too much, just like a little bit. I'm going to use the liquid liner again. We're going to do a little bit of an inner corner right on top of the white. Okay, now I'm going to make my bottom lashes like spiky. I use the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I just kind of like coat my lashes and use the wand to like clump up together, so you kind of have to do like a lot of layers. Okay, now I'm going to put some lashes on. I use the Kiss Lash Glue, and these are my favorite lashes. They're the One Ear lashes from 99 Dreams. But after the glue is like dried a little bit, I just kind of put it on. I don't struggle too much with putting on lashes, so like look at that difference. If you have like naturally long lashes, don't worry about like wearing them. But for me, I like wearing falsies. So now we're gonna do lips. I use the eyebrow pencil from earlier as a lip liner because I like the kind of grayish color. And then I extend the corners of my mouth a little bit because I feel like my lips are like kind of like horizontally small. I don't know how to explain that. And then I just overline the bottom and get shit done. Okay, after that, I'm going to use the matte lip cream from NYX in the shade Memory Foam and put that like on the outside where my lip liner is. And then I'm going to use the liquid lipstick from earlier and like put it in the center. And that's my lip combo. Okay, we're almost done. So these are like the finishing touches. I'm going to go back over my nose contour a little bit just to darken it up and make it a bit more defined. All these steps you can skip if you're not like a fan of them, but this is how I like to do my makeup. And then I'm using this highlighter. I think I got it off Amazon, or my friend did. She gave it to me. Put some on the tip, and then on the bridge. Now I'm using ColourPop Monster Super Shock Highlighter. It's like a pink color, kind of. And I'm gonna put that on my cheekbones with my finger. A bit too much. And then I also like to put it on my bridge. And then this is how I do my fake freckles and moles. So I take a really small brush like this, and then I use the point. Just get some like brown eyeshadow, and then just like dab it on and then blend it a little bit. And I think it makes some like really cute freckles. This part is also not necessary. I only do this sometimes.